What a dope. All right, let's move on. So, so I went back and listened a little bit. I went back and listened a little bit more to that soiree they had between Nikki and the librarian. It's interesting takes. Interesting. Can I ask this? You guys were talking and the media was kind of like ping-ponging it back and forth that Nick's like going to play the best player and the librarian wants to have the young players. Do you think Howie's telling Nick in so many ways, play the young guys? Play the young guys. You think he's telling him? You think he's telling him to play the young guys? Oh, we're going to play the best guys. Because again, whatever Nick says doesn't matter. He has no job. Because has nothing to say in the coordinating and who plays. He has no say in this team this year. He has no say. So whatever he's doing at the combines, I'm not getting it. He has no job. What he has no job. Clubhouse cheerleader? Okay. Coffee runner? Donuts? Krellers? Okay, sure. Checking in on people? Okay. There's no job title for him. He has no job title. None. So, is he telling him we're going to be playing the young guys this year? Like Nolan Smith, Keely Ringo, and the rest of these dudes that you guys have these high grades on. I think that Sidney Brown's going to be the next Bob Sanders. Really? Well, let's see. I told you yesterday, you don't have a lot of young, good players on that team. You have a few, not enough. You don't have very many guys. Most of your guys are on defense or on offense, excuse me. You don't have a lot of guy on the defensive side of the football. Here's the amount of guys you have on that defense that I think is a core group of guys. Ready? Jalen Carter, Josh Sweat, and Milton Williams. The rest of them, you can have every one of them. Not building your team around anybody else. You got 3 out of 11. You got 8 guys that you could get rid of or change out at any time on your defense. And you're going to go into the draft. Hey, by the way, I have to give Howie a lot of credit for listening to the program. I want to thank the people over there for having the ability to have Howie watch the show every day, because he admitted something yesterday that I was pretty floored at. He says he needs to do a better job in the draft at corner. Oh, really? Where'd he get that from? He can't draft corners. Gee, after 24 years, what an epiphany. Hey, am I right when I say that? What an epiphany after 24 years. I got to do better at corner. Wow. That's like NASCAR going, hey, maybe we should take the Confederate flag down after 70 years of racing. Gee, really? It only took you 70 years to know that was stupid? Sometimes the most obvious is the hardest thing to get rid of. Hey, I need to do a better job at drafting at corner. Oh, okay. Yeah, that might help. That might help. So they're going to play the younger guys. What younger guys? What younger? Nakobe Dean is going to start on the Eagles opening day in Brazil. Nakobe Dean is your starting Mike Backer. 5 wins. I'm going to say this to you. If Nick Sirianni is not your head football coach, you win 10-plus games. Nick Sirianni's your coach, you win 5 games. As long as that guy's in the building, you have no shot at success. None. He's not a winner. He's not. He's a tomato can. Spider Rico of coaches. There you go, Xander. There's a new name for the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Spider Rico. Spider Rico is your head coach. Wow. Would you fight Rock? Spider Rico. He's a bum. Yeah, I know. Spider Rico of coaches. So they're going to play all their young guys. Let's take a look at that. So Keely Ringo's going to start. Kobe Dean's going to start. What other young guy you're going to put out there? Let's see here. I don't even know if you have any. Do you have any other young guys? You have nobody at line. Oh, Dean. Any other young linebackers? Can't think of any. Blankenship. So Blankenship, Keely Ringo are going to be in your secondary along with James Bradbury. Holy shit. Dude, you are not making the playoffs if you play your younger players. You don't have enough young talent that's good enough. Who do you think you are? The Chiefs? The Packers? The Lions? You're not that good. You're not that good. Noah Ellis. Who? Here's a prediction. The Eagles in the top 10 next draft take a quarterback and trade Jalen. No way. They love this guy. I like his style of leadership. He doesn't say anything. Hides in a corner, and the team hides him from everyone else. That's our guy. Jeff Kerr. Okay? Kelly Green, there is no offseason in the NFL anymore. Who said there's an offseason? The things you do now to build your football team will have a direct impact on what team you put on the field starting in September. There's no offseason any longer. Free agency, the draft, your OTAs, getting players healthy, getting players in throwing routines if they had any kind of arm issues. The NFL, it's a 24/7, 12-month-a-year job now. Back in the day, yeah, you could fart around for 4 months. Not like that. We'll ask Joe Theismann that a little bit later on in the program. Joe Theismann's going to join us today. Okay? Holy cow. Long as your boy, Spider Rico, the head coach of the Eagles, is the head coach, you will not win again. I'm actually starting to think this guy's worse than Chip Kelly. At least Chip Kelly called plays. Think about that. Chip Kelly had more. Am I right, Xander? Hey, Flexen, am I right? Chip Kelly had more responsibilities in game day situations calling plays than what Nick did. Am I right when I say that? Or he didn't call plays? Right? Did Chip have more say in his football team than Nick did or does? Nick Kotai. Nick Kotai. Okay? Callie Green goes, tell me more how you hate Nick. I don't hate Nick. I think he's a buffoon. How can you hate buffoons? You feel sorry for buffoons. Hey, when you're an imbecile, you feel sorry for him. You know, and then nothing else. And I mean that football-wise. I don't know him personally, nor do I give a shit. Football-wise, he's an imbecile. I don't know him personally as a human. Not attacking him. He looks like a great dad. Give him that. But as a football guy, screaming at fans, jumping on bleachers, screaming at players, lying to the media every way he does, the guy's a buffoon. So you got these fanboys on Shish Kebab. Hey, Rudy Poo. I got a call yesterday from somebody. You know what they said? I got the natives restless. I got the natives restless. No one's ever heard anybody talk about the Eagles the way I do and how direct I am. Let me tell you here, you know what? So we know that this is not just a shit on session here. Let me tell you what you do have good coming back. Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson, Jordan Mailata, hopefully Kelsey, Jalen Hurts, Jalen Carter, okay? Josh Sweat. Those are good players. Will they get the support they need? Okay? Those are good football players. Those are good players, man. I think that the Eagles should have hired Eric Bieniemy instead of hiring a doorman. It's got to be something with Bieniemy. You know what's funny? Griffin, he probably doesn't interview well. That's a guy I want to hire. I don't want to hire a guy that's going to tell me what I want to hear. I want to hire a guy that tells me something I don't know. That's the difference in Philly. They hire people that they want to hear what they want to hear that fits their narrative. You should be hiring people that tell you things you don't know. Tell me something I don't know. Not something that's going to be a good in an interview. Being a head coach, this is not being a doctor where you have to have open heart surgery and there's a procedure in how you get it done. I want to know something that I don't know. What are we doing wrong with our offense? We're going to get to Kellen Moore here in a minute. Okay? What are we doing wrong here with Jalen? So let's do this. Let's move on to this next topic here. Let's move on to Kellen Moore. You guys like this hire, right? You guys like this hire. Okay? Yelling at players an issue? Dave, yelling at players is an issue? What are you talking about? Yelling at players? You think Nick yelling at players on the sidelines? What's he yelling at him about? Play harder? Why aren't they playing hard? I thought he didn't lose the locker room. Why aren't the players playing hard? Ooh, Spider Rico strikes again. You guys like to hire Kellen Moore, right? You guys like it, right?